Hello and good day. Welcome to the last part of our Excel VBA Userform tutorial. For this video, we'll be added the last user form that we need, which is the main profile user form. Again, just press Alt F11 so you can see the VBA editor. And here we need to right click and insert a new user form. And for this one, we need to rename it FRM profile. So make sure to change the caption into profile, and we need to add a label here. But again, don't forget to that before you add any controls in your user form, make sure to change the background color first. So go to the back color property and let's just use the same color. And right now I'll be adding a label here. So I'll change that to Lagas. And of course I need to change the font style to, let's use this, and let's change the font color. Oops. And let me just copy this. So I'll name it LBL login name. So this will show the login name of the user later. And let's add a initial caption of that. And here we need to have the multi-column list box. So just select a list box control again and add that, and I will name it LST profile. And here I will be using multi-column so I can reference our profile worksheet here. So you can do that by going to the column count. So let me just count first how many columns do we have here. We have here 11, so I'll change it to 11. And now using the row source property, I will connect it to the profile worksheet. So that is profile worksheet and A1 to, or A2 to K2. So later I will explain why. So let's change it first to profile and A2 to K2. So you can see now the value that we have in our profile worksheet. So by default that will be our initial row source setting. So here I want to enable the header, so we will be able, you can see this worksheet header in our list box as well. So go to the column heads property and make sure to set it to equals to true. And you can see here that by default it set the length property of our list box. But if you want to modify that, just go to the column widths, and here you can change that. So for example, the ID, I want to make it 40 points, and the first name, oops, that 40, and I think that's too much, so let's use 30. And for first name, let's use 60, as well for the others. So I think that's enough for now. And okay, so another thing that we need is the command button for add new profile. Let me just change this one first. So that's CMD add new. I'll just change the caption to add new profile, and let's change the font style as well. And of course one button for delete. So make sure to change the name to CMD delete, and of course the caption, and one for exit. just align this. Okay, and well, of course we need another label here that will show how many items do I have in my list box. So I'll change the caption to number of items. Oops, let's move that, and I'll give an initial value here of 0 instead of the multiple period, and I'll name it LBL count. Okay, so here I think I need to set a code first that will check the correct row source property of this list box. So in order to do that, double click anywhere on our user form, and I'll be adding a sub load profile. So what this sub will do is to check our profile worksheet and get the last row with value. So let's declare the worksheet first. So I'll be using PSH, and let's set this to profile, and let's declare another variable last row as long. So set the value of last row is equals to PSH Excel rows that count, reference in column A. Okay, so now once we have that, we can now set the property of our uh, profile list box. But if ever there's no value in our list box, it should still make the default row source property to profile A2 to K2. So if value is equals to 1, then let's set the LST profile that row source is equals to profile A2 to K2, and if not, LST profile that row source is equals to profile A2 to K, whatever the value of last row. So here again, going back to the user form, click anywhere there, you will be landed in this private sub with a click event, but that's not the event that we need. So again, here in the event drop down, make sure to select the initialize event, and let's delete this one. And here, once you have the initialize event, or once the user form load, you need to call the load profile sub so we can set the correct row source for our LST profile. So let's just test that. Now you can see that it has 2 items because the tool was able to check the last row is equals to 3, and it automatically changed the row source property of our LST profile. And I think we can also include in that sub the number of items here. So that will depend on the last row. So here let's add LST count that, or LBL count, that caption is equals to last row minus 1 because we have header. So let's check that again. You can see that we have here 2. Okay, I think it's good now. I think there's something I noticed. There's no new line in our subject. But before that, let me connect the add new profile first. So here in the add new profile first, it will just call the FRM add new user form. But before that, let's use unload me, and then FRM add new that show. So let's check if that will work. Okay, and then here in the add new, let's go to the add new user form. Once you click save here, remember that we just have a message box that profile has been added. So you need to unload this user form and then show the FRM profile again. Okay, so let's check that. Let's add another. Sorry, let's go to the FRM profile. Right now we just only have 2 items here. When I click add new profile, so can I add here? So Anna the Grimes, who is that? So Anna that sample.com, age is she's a female, and this and save. You can see that we have now 3 items here, and again I forgot that there should be a line break between the subjects, so I need to go on with the add new profile, and here I'll look for the subjects. So there, it should have here a BB new line. So let's go on to the profile again, and here let me just add another one. So Anna Marie Ignacio, I don't know her. And let's select it all. Okay, that is what I want to see. Okay, it's good now. We have number of item force, and I think the lag as the login name, we should be showing that here. So in order to do that, let's go on to the login user form. So here when you log in, remember that we just only have a message box that welcome to the profile tool, and then we unload the user form. So after we unload the user form, we need to call the profile user form, so it will show the main profile. And here in the FRM profile, in the initialize event again, make sure to set the LVL login name that login name that caption is equals to whatever the value of our public login name variable. So let's go on to the start button. Let's log in. My account is JJ. Welcome the profile tool, and now you can see my login name. So here another thing is the exit. So let's go back to the this user form again, the profile user form. Double click the exit button, and let's have a confirmation here that if message box or if message box, are you sure you want to quit this tool? Let's have a BB question here, and let's have a yes no option, and of course it should be in title. If it's equals to BBS, then let's give the user message box that thank you for using the profile tool, and let's terminate the code. Okay, so let's try that. Click exit. Okay, so I think the only missing code here is the delete button. So the delete button, I don't not really sure how to use this, so I'll be using a macro first. So this is what I'm doing if I don't know how to code something. So for example, I will delete this row. So going to the developer tab, click record macro, delete row, and I'll just select the row and delete, and I'll stop the macro. So once you do something like that, just go to or just press Alt F11 again, and you will notice that there will be a new module that will be added, and it will show you that this is the code for deleting a row. So now I will add that to my delete button. So I'll make that a comment for now. And of course, once we press delete, I want to have a confirmation to the user that are you sure you want to delete the selected item. So let's declare a name first here. Theme what name? A string. So I need to create a loop again for a is equals to 0 to lst profile that list count -1. So if select or if lst profile that selected a, then end it. Let's have exit 4 once I see the selected row. So let's set the what name is equals to what's the index of our last name and first name. So that is BC, so 0, 1, 2. So last name is equals to lst profile that list 1. Oh no, it's A1, and let's have a space and lst profile that list A2, exit 4. And now let's have a message box that are you sure you want to delete. Let's concat whatever the value of f name. It should be a BB question plus yes no option, and should be so if ever the user select yes, the record should be deleted. So later I will add that line of code, but let me check if it's working as expected. So okay, okay, so now I can now add this code. So okay, I think I need to declare the worksheet first. So that's dim psh as worksheet, set psh is equals to this workbook that sheets profile, and I think I need to activate the cheat prior um, running this line of code, the delete cheat Excel app. So I'll activate the cheat and then rows the okay. So I think I got confused. So okay, so before I run this, I think I also need to know what is the ID of the selected item. So I need another variable here. What ID is let's use string for now, and then what ID is equals to lst profile that list, that's the call, that's the index 0. So after that I need to look for what is the row of that ID. So before we activate, let's declare what row here. So for a is equal to 2 to psh that cells rows that count. Let's use a column A as reference. That's A. So if psh that range a and whatever the value of a is equals to what ID, then what row is equals to a, and let's end the for loop by using the exit for command. And now let's activate the profile worksheet, and then let's select rows. I need to concat the whatever the value of that row, and then concat this and what row. Mhm. I'm going to declare another variable here. So the row is equals to okay, and now rows 0 that select, and selection that delete shift Excel equal to Excel. Okay, so I hope this works now. But since we are using the PSH activate, I need to add another line, the application that screen updating. First of all, so you will not see that the tool is actually selecting the sheet or updating the sheet. That will just work in the back end. So after the item has been deleted, I should have a message box here that item has been deleted, and of course I need to refresh my user form Leah listed profile, so I'll be calling this one again. So call LSD profile. So let's check that now. I'll delete this. Oops, I have an error. Okay, should be LSD profile only. Be sure want to delete and yes, item has been deleted. Okay, so let me check if it was okay. It was deleted, and of course, once we delete, I want to still go back to the home tab or sheet. So let's try again. Let's delete Robert Yosaki. Item has been deleted. Let's add new profile. Andrew Carnegie. Apologize for my spelling. Let's just use a sample birth date here. Okay, so I think I have covered everything that we need in order to build a simple tool like this, but I added some program and code so we can utilize all the controls that we need for this tutorial. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Hope that you learn a lot from this. Thank you.